Hello and welcome to Seaview in North Belfast for this Crunch European Championship qualifier between Wales and Northern Ireland. This fixture could have a huge bearing on the battle for one of those automatic spots at the finals in Euro 2021. Joining me is Northern Ireland and Brighton defender Laura Rafferty. Put in context just how important this game is.
Yeah, it's a massive game for us. Wales are the second seed in the group, and that's the place that we want to be because that's where we need to qualify. Obviously, we played the games against Norway. We didn't get a result out of that, so this is a must-win game. We need to take them points, and we can't let Wales have them. You're
obviously out injured. How is the rehabilitation with a knee injury going, and how disappointing is it to miss a big game like this?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm glad to be here today, but my rehab's going really well. It's going as well as it can. Obviously, I'm not in a rush because it is a lengthy process. However, I'm doing everything I can. I'm in from 8 till 4 every day, full time, getting the rehab that I need. Club, country supporting me as best as anyone could. So I'm in a really good place, and I'm happy to be here.
Have you noticed a big difference in this Northern Ireland side since Kenny Shields took over?
Yeah, I think the confidence is amazing. For all the girls, even seeing them walking in today, everyone's got a smile on their face. I think it's very fresh. The way that he wants to play is very fresh. And over in England, we tend to do a lot of this too, is play from the back and build up confidence on the ball. I think before we were a bit go long, maybe because there probably weren't figures that maybe could play short, but what Kenny's doing is he's bringing in the game and he's teaching, and we're gelling together, and this is the thing, we can all do it. We all know we're good enough to do it, so to actually put it into practice, I don't think teams like Wales that you could see from the last game thought that we could do that, and we put it into practice and we got a result. So
how important is it to focus on the positives from the game against Wales rather than those two heavy defeats against Norway?
Massively, because Norway are the top seed. I think they're games that aren't going to determine what happens with us. Wales are the team that we're going to target for, obviously, for being a second seed. But we can compare ourselves to them. I think before we've thought about stopping them from playing rather than actually our game, and now what Kenny's doing is he's bringing our game to the pitch, and the girls are going on playing their football. So it's good to watch, and the crowd will see that, they'll come down today and tune in today. It's great football to watch, and it's great to be a part of. And us in Northern Ireland, we're making massive strides. So it's exciting times.
Where will the main threats from a Welsh perspective come from?
Well, I play club football with their number 9, Kaylee Green. So she's obviously a very pacey attacker. She'll like to get onto the end balls. Obviously, them coming from probably their captain as an anchor role, Sophie Ingle. She's at Chelsea in the Super League 1. So, she's very good at dictating where the ball's going to go. And obviously, the Wales are a strong side. It's not going to be easy at all. But, I've got a good feeling, and fingers crossed that us Northern Ireland, that we can counter that and do well.
Plenty more to come from Laura throughout the evening. We're hoping for another action-packed encounter between these two sides who met and won earlier this campaign. You join us during the anthems here in Belfast for this qualifier between Wales and Northern Ireland. good crowd in Seaview for this fixture. Let's start with the Northern Ireland team. Just one change from the side, heavily defeated by Norway, and it's a significant one with Simone McGill introduced up front, having missed that encounter against the Norwegians through injury. It's a settled back line, Nelson and Hutton ever present. Wales make two changes, having defeated Belarus 1-0 in their last encounter. In comes Sophie Ingle, the influential captain and Chelsea player, alongside Megan Wynne. Plenty of quality throughout the side, with a number of Women's Super League players in their lineup. Tonight's match officials are from Germany. The referee is Caroline Wacker. Laura, you've had an opportunity to speak with both teams in the dressing rooms. There was lovely moments shared pre-match with both sets of players, because some of the Welsh players, your teammates, obviously you've been involved with Northern Ireland for a number of years. What's the mood in both camps?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll speak for Northern Ireland first. It's exciting, you know, everyone's come in with smiles on their face, full of confidence, and I think that's due to new management coming in and freshening things up. You know, we've got a new style of play which builds confidence off the pitch and makes a happy camp. Speaking to one of my teammates from Brighton, Kaylee, they also look fired up and ready, so it's going to be a very interesting game. It's exciting. In
terms of those two automatic qualifying spots, you can pretty much take Norway out of the equation at this point, so is it going to be a straight shootout between these two teams?
Yeah, I mean, look, Norway are a great side, they're top seed and they're expected. I think going into this campaign we knew that wasn't going to define our qualification. Our target is Wales, and that's why this match is so important. I think in the last game against Wales we put it to them very well, so hopefully we can build on that and learn from anything that our possible weaknesses. So, you know, I'm feeling confident.
How big a boost is it having Simone McGill back?
It's a massive boost. She's a great leader, and she'll lead the attack very well as well. It'll give, you know, she's got great experience. She's been playing WSL football for a long time now. She's got over 50 caps, and she's only a young player. So to have her lead the attack, it'll be positive for us.
She made her debut as a 15-year-old. It's very
easy
to forget that. She seems to have been around forever.
Yeah, she's a very mature player. You'll see that in her style of play. You'll see that how she can pick players up very quick. Everyone has the utmost respect for Simone. She's a great character and probably one of my close best friends. So good luck to them all tonight.
It's going to be quite a battle between the front two of Green and James from a Welsh perspective, and the huge experience of Hutton and Nelson.
Yeah, of course. I think, you know, Kaylee Green's very pacey. I'm sure James will like to hold up the ball. But then you've got Julie Nelson and Ashley Hutton that are very experienced in their roles, and I'm sure they've done their homework, and like I say, they've played them before, so they know what to expect. So as long as they stay tight and don't let Kaylee Green and James run off their shoulder, I think that we'll be just fine. I think keeping the ball in front of us today will be the most important thing.
Well, in terms of the complexion of Group C as it stands, Norway 4 wins from 4 and 12 points. Wales have 7 points from their 3 games, with Belarus just behind. Northern Ireland picking up just that 1 point, but they have had difficult games against Norway already out of the road, both home and away, having lost 6-0 in both those encounters. So it's really all to play for today. Referee seems happy enough. Looks like we're going to get underway in this one here at Seaview in North Belfast. Artificial surface. There's been a little bit of rain in the build-up to this game, but it seems to have eased off in the last hour, and it's Wales who kick off. Early one for Hutton to have to deal with, away by Julie Nelson.
You can see already Wales have put the pressure on. They're looking to keep us in our own half.
Is that also a response to the way that Northern Ireland have played since Kenny Shields took over, in terms of that patient play from the back?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to take a compliment with that. If a team's trying to keep you in your own half, it's because they must be nervous of you on the counter. I know that's what we specifically played out from the back last time, and we were dangerous when we did it. So I'm sure that there'll be much more of that to come today.
Roberts' through ball was a little bit too heavy, and a first touch for Becky Flaherty.
So here we go, playing out from the back. Something
Lovely
there,
touch by Furness. Options on the far side through Wade. Bell's made a great run. Simone McGill!
Yeah.
What a stop from the goalkeeper. Outstanding from O'Sullivan. It was a brilliant early move from the Northern Ireland perspective.
Absolutely brilliant. There you go. Start from the back, and that's what it does. It builds up confidence. You play through the gaps, and there you go. You've got Simone McGill on the 6-yard.
Brilliant touch from Rachel Furness initially to set Bell on her way. Super ball in, and Simone McGill couldn't have done much more.
A great reaction save from Laura O'Sullivan too.
It really would have been the perfect start for the home side if they're able to convert that opportunity. There seems to be an issue over the match ball, which is maybe killed a little bit of momentum from a Northern Ireland perspective, but it's a really, really bright start from the home side. And a let off for Wales, saved by the goalkeeper, Laura O'Sullivan. So the corner kick from this near side, taken in low. Can't find a green shirt, and it's all the way back with Wade. Again, looking to penetrate down the left hand side. And crucially, before the game, Laura, we spoke about taking the positives from the Welsh performance rather than the negatives from the two matches against Norway.
Yeah.
There's an early example of what this team is capable of.
Yeah, I think when you take the positives from anything, you can build on it, and it gives you good confidence. So that's what they've done. You can see that they've taken what they've worked. They've obviously worked on that in training all week, and you can tell even the set piece there, that shows confidence. They've tried to pick a pass. Now it didn't come off, but you can see that is confident play. So let's keep going with it and see how they're getting on. But they look like they are penetrating down that left side a lot.
Yes, Demi Vance, who was trying to thread it through to Furness again. Rachel Furness, who joined Spurs earlier this month on a loan deal from Reading. But you have to say it's a home side who've really settled quicker.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit surprising when you look at the quality in the Welsh side.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, obviously they've come over here, so they're probably still trying to find their feet, but I'm no doubt that Kenny's gone in the change room and said you put it on them straight away, because that's what they're doing. They're playing and pressing with an intent, and they want to play the ball forward.
How important is it to set the tempo in a match like this?
Yeah, I mean, look, but both teams want 3 points, and they're a crucial 3 points for whoever can get them. So you've got to be from the off. It's a 90-minute game, and you need concentration from the start to the finish. In international games in particular, it's very easy to get punished in these games. Long
ball looking to find Kayleigh Green's pace. Little nudge in the back of Ashley Hutton.
That's a fine example of Ashley Hutton getting her body across Kayleigh Green. She's going to be aware that she's very quick and play off her shoulder, so it's good strategy from Ashley Hutton there.
Good crowd here at Seaview. It's a chilly November night, but that early opportunity for the home side has certainly warmed up the supporters here, giving them optimism for what lies ahead. Taken short to McFadden. McCarran, difficult one for the goalkeeper to have to deal with, but Becky Flaherty did well. And when you're playing that kind of condensed football, which is so patient, you need a goalkeeper who's very comfortable with the ball at feet.
Yeah, I think it starts with confidence. Obviously, it gives your back line a lot of confidence as well. They know that you've got a little sweeper behind you. So she's doing very well. And that's obviously why she's been brought into the squad in the way that we're playing.
And I suppose the goalkeeper can be put under pressure, but you as a defender know that you need to give it to them in the right possible situation.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's in particular, me as a centre back, I'd always say play it outside of the goalpost, just to be safe. However, with the way that Northern Ireland are playing, Becky looks very confident.
Played forward, and it's a difficult one for Roberts to have to squeeze across the 6-yard box. Goal kick coming up for Flaherty. I'd say Northern Ireland endured those 2 difficult games against Norway, sandwiched in between the point in Newport against Wales. for the Welsh. They started their campaign with a 6-0 victory away to the Faroes, followed up by that draw with Northern Ireland and a victory away against Belarus. Kenny Sheehan, I think, will be really happy with how this game has started. Has his son Dean also in his coaching staff now. McFadden comes short. It's been a little bit disjointed since that flew and dirty opportunity for Northern Ireland. Effort from a long way out from Josephine Green. Never really troubled the goalkeeper.
I think it's important now that we get set and composed. You know, it's got a bit just disjointed there, but as you can see, the confidence playing out from the back there, driving. Wales are giving Northern Ireland plenty of space to run into. It's a good sign for Northern Ireland. And
Chloe McCarron playing a very important role in terms of going deep to collect the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it shows the faith that Kenny and the girls have in her as a player, you know, to play that role at such a young age. She's gaining great experience right now, you know, playing against a tough side like Wales. You're learning it, you're putting it into practice there, so credit to her, she's doing a great job.
That's a super pass to find McGill. Touch was a little bit too heavy, and that enabled
McGill
to come back and pickpocket McGill. But as you say, that's one of her great strengths.
Yeah, that's what Simone does well. She'll start higher and then she'll come in and fill in the gaps. And you know, as the centre back or a midfielder, that she's going to make them run. So you're already mindful that that's going to happen.
Dykes miscues that one. Skids off the outside of her boot. Wales really pushing up. Very evident, but that does leave gaps in behind. Another throw in.
That's going to be an interesting challenge today. Rachel Furness versus Sophie Ingle. Both will know each other well from the WSL. But yeah, it'll be a really good battle in the middle of the park.
Two players who like to be on the ball.
Yeah.
Away by Flaherty. Here is Furness that Laura was just speaking about, but there too is Sophie Ingle, the Welsh captain. The challenge was on Rachel Rowe, and that's given Wales a free kick. It's a long way out, but an opportunity for them to threaten. Ingle did really well, and as Rowe charged forward, she was caught. Wales just trying to steal a couple of yards. I think the referee's going to push it back to the original position. It's a long way out. It took a deflection and fizzed wide. The effort was initially from Rachel Rowe. I think one of the defenders may well have been Julie Nelson. Got a touch in it, but as it skidded off her head, it headed goalwards, only to see it sail wide. Here's another look at it. Yeah, I think it was, may well have been Ashley Hutton actually.
Ashley Hutton, yeah.
Wales have their first corner kick of the game. Whipped in towards the near post. Furness clears. Counter attack could well be on. 3 forward from Northern Ireland. It's Megan Bell on the ball. Looks up ahead to McCarron. Just McGill in the middle. She was the intended target, but it's resulted in a Northern Ireland corner kick.
And that's the positivity that these young players are bringing in. Megan Bell, Chloe McCarron, you know, there's a lot of energy, and you've just gone from us conceding a corner to us gaining one. So it's some exciting play from Northern Ireland.
Yeah, really fluent play in terms of the counter attack. That trio up top of Bale, McGill and Wade certainly looking very bright as the ball goes in, flicked off the head of Furness. I think she saw it very late.
Yeah, I also think Wales will be very conscious of Rachel Furness in set pieces. She's very good with her head, so a couple of the Reading Welsh girls will know that from obviously previously playing with Rachel.
Hutton and Nelson, the other two main targets from a set piece.
Yeah, and also don't forget Sarah McFadden too. All very good in the air with very dangerous with set pieces for sure. I'm sure that would have been practiced at loads on the training pitch over the week.
Well, it's such a crucial part of international football because the managers don't get a lot of time with their players. It's not like club level, so if you can ensure that you're organised defensively from set pieces and offensively from set pieces, it's a huge asset in the international game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think obviously you go back and you work as hard as you can at your clubs and you try and find the best technique for whatever you need, but you know, as management in international, you're trying to find the right person for the job. And obviously, like I said before, international games, you can be punished very, very quickly, so you need to make sure that you get it 100% right.
Well, I haven't had too many opportunities in the opening 10 minutes, but it's been a decent start.
Yeah, I think Kenny will be pleased with Northern Ireland. I think Wales are trying to get to grips with the ball.
Touch was a little bit too heavy on the far side from Keely Green, trying to run the channels. Obviously, you'd love to be out there yourself. How's the rehabilitation going? You mentioned earlier on you're working very hard at Brighton. Is the finish line in sight now?
Well, I mean, at the moment,
is it getting closer?
Yes, of course. Every day, I'm hoping so. You have good days and bad days, but I've got great support around me at a club which values every part of my rehab and myself, and I couldn't be more grateful for it. So I'm in every day, and I'm enjoying it as much as I can. It's a lengthy process, but one which, when you watch these type of games, you'll wait as long as you have to be back part of it.
Is it as much a mental battle as a physical one? Just hold that thought for a moment, because Northern Ireland are on the attack. Bell, decent footwork, lifts it in. McGill couldn't get there, taken off her head by O'Sullivan. It's that combination again though on the left hand side, causing all the trouble. Given away cheaply by McFadden. But Newbrook should mop things up, and it's cleared by Flaherty. McCarran. A little bit of hesitancy, brave goalkeeping. It's going to be a free kick, and I think that Becky Flaherty needs assistance straight away. Keely Green was gesturing as if to say it was accidental when she caught the goalkeeper. Was battling for the ball. Ashley Hutton isn't quite as happy about it, but Flaherty's down receiving attention. Here's another look. Wasn't the most convincing of defending. Hutton couldn't get there, and it's
right in the face, isn't it?
A connection certainly between Green and the goalkeeper.
I mean, it's a hard one, that, because you can't blame her for trying to go for it. However, it's very dangerous.
Slightly fortunate.
Very dangerous.
Not to escape with it. Not to be given either a yellow card for that, or even something more serious, because I suppose she did apologise straight away, but there was certainly intent there to get the ball. And
I think it was the angle of the foot. You can see the foot slightly up, and obviously that's dangerous play. So I'm very surprised she's been let off. However, like I say, you can understand why there's an intent, because she wants to get on the ball. It's so close to the goal. However, when dangerous play comes into it, you need to control that as a referee.
Flaherty still receiving attention. Just to bring it back to your own situation, it's as much a mental battle as a physical one when you're going through rehab like you are, and you know that you've got such a long road ahead. Yeah,
I think everything starts with the mind. If you're positive about things, it becomes a lot easier. But it's very easy to have good days and bad days. But like I say, when she's getting up now, good. Yeah, no, you surround yourself with positive people, whether that be friends, family, teammates, coaching staff, physios. And I'm very lucky, and that's what I'll take. I appreciate it a lot, and I'm grateful for that, and that's kind of what I've got to go with, really.
See, there's a difficulty here because there's clearly blood coming from the face, the nose area of Rebecca Flaherty, and as a result she has to go off the pitch. But in this situation, you can't play without a goalkeeper. So you can see her trying to stop the blood.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland players warming up, because play can't continue without a goalkeeper. If Flaherty was an outfield player, the action would be continuing, but because of this situation, we have to to wait and see if that blood can be stopped. So a little bit of delay that we didn't expect. What's your impression been of the evolution of the women's game here? Obviously, it's been probably the most successful season domestically. You can see that transferred to the international team with a number of players from local clubs playing. As someone from the outside looking in, what have you made of it?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I've been in Northern Ireland since I was 15 years old, so I've seen a good 8 years of it. And the domestic league is getting better. And because that's getting better, the competition's getting higher, and teams are training more often, and then they're doing gym work. And, you know, it's all kind of condensing quite well. So then when you come into training camps with the international team, where obviously the girls that are over in England are playing full-time football, there's not so much of a gap, you know, and the girls are doing well, and obviously the girls have been out of season as well, so for Northern Ireland that are back home based in Northern Ireland, so it's a credit to them for how well they keep up their fitness, because that's a transition that's tough as well. As you know, there's us in WSL, we play a different time to the girls in Northern Ireland, so you know it's tough for them to get match fit.
We're going to now look back at some of the early highlights from this game. This was a brilliant chance right from the word go for McGill.
Yeah, you can see the intent there, how fast they got forward. You know, it's a great cross from Lauren Wade, and Simone is in the right place at the right time. Probably just the keeper's height, which credit to Laura for making the save. It was a great reaction save, but you know, if it's that little bit lower, that's probably a goal.
Absolutely. Top save. If you're just joining us, play has been delayed momentarily because the Northern Ireland goalkeeper Rebecca Flaherty was injured with a collision with striker Keely Green. There was blood coming from her nose, and as a result she had to make her way to the sideline to receive attention, but it looks like she's back on the field. Referee has a quick look. I'm not sure if stitches have been administered or if they've simply been able to stop the bleeding. Now, she is heavily bandaged. Brave goalkeeping from Rebecca Flaherty, and the game can resume. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a situation with a goalkeeper being injured.
Yeah, well,
like that, and having to go off and receive attention.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a nice injury, was it? But you know, she's a strong mental and physical player, so credit to her.
And it's almost a retake now of kick-off, because both sides have had a bit of delay. They've maybe had an opportunity to speak with their manager, have a little bit of a team talk, as Northern Ireland come forward, trying to thread it through the furnace. From Vance, here is Laura Wade, who's been exceptional in the early stages. Nice touch from Nelson. Wade again.
Yeah, it certainly gives teams a time to reset, have a chat amongst themselves, see what's working, see what's not. You've got a little taste of the other team now, and you can see what's working.
Lauren Wade's looked really impressive in the early stages, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's a very powerful player. She's very strong, very quick. She likes to attack the wide areas. She's got a great cross in there too, so hopefully we get to see some more of that tonight.
Green shows really good strength. The challenge comes in from McFadden, and it's pretty feisty over there between the pair.
It's going to be a fight today. It's going to be a big fight for both teams.
A battle for 3 points, and it could prove to be a pivotal 3 points in the battle for qualification. All of the Welsh defenders getting a touch before Megan Bell took one in the face.
She's tough.
Well, she certainly acted like it.
Yeah, a little
barely
squid.
flinched.
She's fine.
I don't think I would have been quite as quiet as the ball slips out of the hands of the Welsh defender.
You don't see that too often.
No, so a couple of
take the advantage
rather unusual situations in the early stages here. McGill back to Furness, all very congested in that area of the pitch. It's a tight playing surface here at Seaview. It's going to be a Welsh throw-in. Hopefully this will be a little bit better from Hughes. Flicked on by Green. McFadden. Now it's Wade. Battling with Roberts, the Liverpool player. Julie Nelson got her head to it. Well, Green's certainly been in the thick of the action throughout the evening so far, and it's recycled by Dykes across to Ladd. Wheels starting to string a few passes together. Whipped in, goalkeeper came for it, didn't collect it, and it's looped over the top. It was Rachel Rowe on the end of it. Probably the closest that Wales have come to creating any kind of goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, it's very promising from Wales.
Megan Bell. Touch was just behind Furness. Now it's James. Wales starting to find their rhythm. Lovely little flick into the path of Green. Josephine Green's continued to run.
Done well with recovery there.
Yeah, final touch was off the right back, Newborough. And Northern Ireland get an opportunity to reset. Rebecca Flaherty, who's been in the wars so far.
I think Wales have got a hold of this game now.
Marshalling her defence and trying to get them set up for this set piece. Laura saying that Wales are in the ascendancy. Can they translate that to a goal? Towards the near post. And away by Lauren Wade. So what should Northern Ireland do in this scenario?
I think, obviously, first and foremost, stick to
your
role. Stick to your role on the set piece, concentrate. Get the ball out when it's ready to reset.
That's a better delivery. Flaherty did well. And Simone McGill was a little bit hesitant but got away with it. Now Megan Bell's on her way. Not that many bodies up front. One of them was Rachel Furness. Support arriving outside, and that was a vital interception because of Rachel Furness had managed to get past the Welsh player, Hayley Ladd. The visitors were under real danger.
It's promising again though. Northern Ireland will take them. They'll take the counter, and I think that's what Wales will be watching out for from the last game.
Ladd goes long. Back with Wade once more. McFadden got in a little bit of a tangle. That's a nice clip. Ball in. McFadden battling back and caught the Welsh player in the process. It was Megan Wynne, who hasn't been on the ball a lot, but has won her side a free kick. Another set piece for Northern Ireland to have to deal with.
Yeah, and this is why set pieces are so vital, especially with international games. It's so easy to get punished. You need to know your setup from start to finish and be reactive.
James entrusted with a delivery. Plenty of movement in the middle. Green looks to peel away at the back post. Dangerous ball in, dealt with by Julie Nelson. But the Welsh have it back. Driven in low. Angle was too tight though for Rachel Rowe. And credit to Northern Ireland, they defended set piece as well.
Yeah. I think, you know, we've got very good headers on the ball. People that like to get their body in front of the ball. And that's what we pride ourselves on.
Hutton and McFadden linking up at the back. And shifting across to Julie Nelson. And that's the danger. Trying to play keep ball at the back and getting a little bit too narrow.
Hopefully he can get Demi Vance involved a bit more as well. She's very attacking down the left back, but she likes to link play with Lauren Wade, so hopefully he can get her involved a bit more.
Hutton gets it away, only as far though as Rowe, who's continued her run. Support arriving just behind from Josephine Green. Here is the midfielder. Rowe gets into the middle and McCarran clears. Northern Ireland need to try and get back on the ball, thread a few passes together.
It's Demi Vance on the ball now.
Right on cue. As Laura was saying, here is Demi Vance, the Glentoran player. So impressive throughout this season. Plays in more of an attacking role domestically, but entrusted with the left back berth by Kenny Shields this evening.
A very versatile player. She's got a lot of experience, and you'll be able to see that across the night.
Ladd goes long. Sorry, it was Roberts actually who managed to pick out the run of Keely Green. Wasn't happy with the decision. Or perhaps wasn't happy with their teammates. Certainly making her frustrations known. Referee has a quick word with her. I think the point she's making is that she wasn't happy with her teammates who weren't really providing that much support up alongside her. Here is Vance cutting inside, showed a little bit too much of it to the oncoming Welsh player. McFadden back helping out. Lovely footwork and just wide from James. Didn't really have any room to work with, but managed to fashion an effort that always looked to be going wide, but you get the impression that you can't give her too many opportunities in this type of position.
There you go, Chloe McCarran on the ball again from deep, giving her freedom to step up the pitch, take Northern Ireland up the pitch with her. Good interception there.
Pass was a little bit too telegraphed, and McCarran taking no chances, plays it back to the goalkeeper. Nelson. Now it's McFadden. Bell looking for it in this near side. Here it comes. Pass a little bit overhit. Dealt with by the right back. Didn't look to be a huge amount in that.
No, but there was an appeal.
Rather cheap free kick given to the Welsh.
Yeah, this is the thing we have to be mindful of, giving away too many free kicks, especially in and around our box.
Ladd goes long, goalkeeper does really well to avoid conceding the corner kick. It was a flick off the head of Julie Nelson that looked to be going over the end line, only for Flaherty to get down quickly. That ball's asking a lot of weight, asking too much of her. Wales 33rd in the world rankings, 23 places above Northern Ireland in, or 23 places above Northern Ireland in 56th. But you get the sense, Laura, that there is a progression there. You look at the age profile of a number of these players, and if you take away the likes of Ashley Hutton and Julie Nelson, who've been fantastic servants, it's a very, very young squad. I think, 7 under-19s included in this one?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how much faith, like I said before, that Kenny, manager, has in these young players. And you know, I don't believe that age should be an issue if they're performing well. And credit to these young players out there, and they're only going to learn quickly, and it's going to be good for football in Northern Ireland. So if you can learn from the likes of Julie Nelson and Ashley Hutton.
Furness might have a go from distance. Dragged her shot wide, just opened up momentarily for Rachel Furness. Rather scrappy play from Wales initially. Furness couldn't hit the target though. But is it also a reflection of the women's game overall? I mean, you look at the standard now of the Super League and the academies and all the work that goes in at that level. A new generation of players is emerging, and their generation that want to take the game on to another level.
Yeah, for sure. I think, don't forget now that the young players are full-time from a younger age now. You know, the likes of Julie, Ashley, Sarah McFadden, even Rachel Furness, you know, on the pitch for Northern Ireland. They weren't full-time at our age, you know, so we are at the age where we're very lucky, and women's football's going in the right direction. So, but it's a credit to them players, and I'm sure there's loads in the Welsh team for that, for the service that they've done for women's football, because without that, it wouldn't be happening now. So
Hughes on the ball, and well, just waiting to see. Yeah, it looks like it's It's gone out for a throw-in rather than a corner kick.
You can hear Kenny down there talking about being switched on. It's so important in international games. Takes a second to score a goal.
And Northern Ireland have been extremely disciplined. And have probably, in the balance of play, created the better opportunities in the first half hour.
Yeah, I think, especially the first one with Simone, that's probably been the best opportunity of the game. So we're hopefully looking forward to many more of them.
As you mentioned before, finished 2-2 between these sides in Newport. There haven't been too many fireworks so far, but it's been a very competitive game. Ashley Hutt, McGill.
Simone in that pocket again.
Two players round her, aware of the danger. It's a lovely turn from McGill. Options left and right. Furness the intended target. Well read by the Welsh midfielder.
Sophie Ingle. She's very good at that. She's very good at reading the game, what's going to happen next. There you go again.
You did say before, she plays that anchor role so well, and it's such a disciplined force for the Welsh.
Yeah, she's an experienced player. She plays at Chelsea and does that role very well for them. She's very versatile as well. She sometimes plays centre-back for Wales too. But in that role there, she can dictate a lot more play and make more things happen and step in.
Well, that's a risky pass from Rachel Newborough. McCarran did really well to get a toe to it, and it's won back by Furness. Wade on the left side. Support from Vance. Back to Wade, that pair that Laura said love linking up. Find McGill tries to get in between the defender and the goalkeeper. Made connection with O'Sullivan, and I think just like in the situation a little bit earlier with Green,
yeah, you can't
she says it was unintentional.
Them attackers have to go for that. You can't expect them to pull out. Even got a little nudge from the centre back into it, to be fair.
Hutt taking no prisoners, and it's worked back to Flaherty, who looks to have recovered from that early knock. It's lovely play out from the back, but it's a risky ball to McCarran, who does really well to find Julie Nelson. And crucially, when you're playing that style of keep ball from the back, you have to take risks.
Yeah, you have to take risks.
Part and parcel of the game.
But you could see there from Julie Nelson the quick scan, so the quick look before she plays, and that's it. You need to step things up a level, and you need to know where the ball's going to go before you take that risk. If you keep looking at these players, they are taking a look over their shoulder before they play the ball, and that's what's most key.
McCarran's work rate's been really impressive.
Yeah, she's a young, energetic player, and she'll be looking to prove herself. You know, when you've got that shirt on the pitch, you want to keep it.
McGill can't manage to find a way around James, but it's won back by McCarran, and first touch pass was a little bit too optimistic. Now it's Dykes. Finds Nelson. A little bit more urgency in this Welsh attack. Shifted towards Green. Options in the middle. Here they come. Fired goalwards by Rachel Rowe, but an easy take for Flaherty.
Yeah, I think
the defender did really well to get a touch on it and take the sting out of the effort also.
Yeah, she's come across and tucked around really well. She's done just enough.
Furness can squeeze it through to Wade, who had found a little bit of space, but McFadden did really well initially, and then Demi Vance followed it up to win ball back.
Superb play.
Super touch from Bell. Simone McGill's up ahead, made a run, and that was the intended target from Bell, cut out by the defender.
And that's the thing that Megan Bell's going to gain. You know, she's 18 years old, she's energetic, she wants to take the ball out the field, but see them small decisions of do I play it or do I carry on running, she's going to learn that. She's going to learn that very quick. Just move over to England to play at Durham, and I see she's doing very well. So
at just 18, she felt like it was the right time to make the switch. How big a benefit is it when you go into full-time football, just like not just Megan Bell but also the likes of Lauren Perry has within the last few months?
Yeah, it's important because you want to train at the highest level you can. You want to play against the highest level you can, and it's all going to improve you as a player, whether that be physically and mentally. So they've made a great decision.
Lovely play by Furness. McGill's on the outside. Instead, Furness checks back and finds McFadden. This is really good from the home side. Shifts it across to Vance. It's probably the most players that Northern Ireland have had forward for any attack. The ball in is intended for McGill. Cut out by Wales, and now it's Rowe, who has been on the ball a lot. So too is Green. A long way from goal. Tries to loop it over Vance, who was well positioned.
You can see Wales are trying to make the pitch as big as they can when they're in possession.
Wynn does really well. Vance trying to recover. Still manages to get her cross in, and Julie Nelson.
Seeing them moments there, we just need to be a bit more composed. But if in doubt.
Exactly. One of the first things you're taught.
Yeah.
I don't think they teach that at Barcelona, do they?
No, they don't teach that in Northern Ireland either, but yeah, sometimes you got to take your own initiative and stick it in the stand.
Absolutely. If in doubt, stick it out. Throw-in has gone the way of Wales, but credit to Northern Ireland, they haven't taken that opportunity many times this evening. It's been a case of playing it out from the back, patient build-up, and they haven't managed to find the Welsh net yet, but they've provided plenty of good football in the process. Centre of that has been Rachel Furness. Gets her head up and straight away looks to set McGill on her way. Matched stride for stride by Healy Ladd, and well, you can see why she's a Manchester United defender.
Yeah, no, very tidy player, very good one-on-one, as you saw earlier on in the game, but should be a tough defender for Simone to go up against today.
Yeah, it's an intriguing battle between the pair. Two really experienced players. They're both actually the same age, both with plenty of international pedigree. McFadden under pressure, does really well to win it back, and well, I think the referee's saying it flicked off her arm. Sarah McFadden quietly goes about that role very well. Obviously has played a lot of her club football as centre half, and you can see her defensive qualities, but has to do a job at times for Northern Ireland in the centre of midfield, and it's a job that she has fulfilled in a very accomplished manner.
Yeah, she's an intelligent player. You trust her. She trusts herself. Technically very good, and she'll hit a hard tackle. You know, she's kind of the perfect person to go in that role.
James pumps it forward, away by Furness. Welsh players trying to squeeze through a couple of Northern Ireland shirts. It was the captain Engel, blocked down though by Furness. Has no real support. Megan Bell's making a run this near side to try and get up and help her, but it's now Wales who are 3-on-3. Northern Ireland back in numbers, no way past Julie Nelson. Josie Green worked inside and away by Nelson again. Crucial period just before half time, although I suspect we'll probably have about 5 minutes of injury time at the end of this first half, and here to come off the hand of the Welsh player. And under the new rules, that's a free kick. Probably under the old rules as well, but certainly under the new rules, if the ball hits an attacking player in any kind of unnatural position, whether it's intended or not, it results in a free kick. McCarran across to Newbern. I was about to say, but haven't seen Rachel Newbern her normal attacking role. Just ran out of space in that occasion. I think caught the Welsh striker Green when she was trying to clear it. But those two full-backs, Demi Vance and Rachel Newbern, haven't had too many opportunities to help out and attack. Vance a little bit more so, and that's maybe one thing that Kenny Shields will want to address at half-time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're very attacking fullbacks. Rachel Nuber in the last game against Wales had a very attacking game. She's very intelligent. She's quick. She's strong, and she can make things happen. So it'll be interesting to see going in at half time what the thoughts are and how they're going to come out in the second half.
What's this like for you? Are you kicking every ball, heading every ball, making every challenge?
Yeah, you can probably hear me going, yeah. But I'm trying to keep it as professional as I can. But you know, it's
because as the game has progressed, when Northern Ireland have been perhaps maybe in vulnerable positions, it's as if you've kind of seized up and kind of wanted to be on the pitch, which is only natural.
I do. I'm the worst, spectator as it comes, but I think any footballer will tell you that. It's a game that I really miss, but I've got 11 great girls on that pitch that are doing a superb job. So,
well, we hope Laura will be back in a green shirt very soon.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. Oh.
That's given away at the back cheaply, though. Green from distance, didn't really get too much purchase in the shot.
I think sometimes we've got a lot more time than what the players think. I don't feel like Wales are pressing us. I think they're dropping off, which I'll be surprised to see if they still do that in the second half, considering how much we played out the back.
But by the same account, Wales definitely did press right at the start, and that's when Northern Ireland had their best opportunities.
Yeah, because what they've done is when you draw players out, it's easier to play around them. When they hold back, you can't play around players that hold their space. So, in a way, I think Northern Ireland would like Wales to come out at them. And pop into the spaces, because the girls do that well. So by them holding their ground, it is probably forcing the ball to go a bit longer.
Throw in from Newborough, flicked on by Furness. And McGill shows good strength and powering forward, wins the corner kick. Good challenge from Ingle coming across. And as Laura highlighted early on, Ingle always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and whenever McGill got past the first defender, she was quickly across to make sure it didn't result in a ball into the danger area. Two Northern Ireland players standing over the ball from the corner kick. It's Megan Bell and Demi Vance. Can Vance produce a quality delivery? Again, it's a work set piece, which is really frustrating.
Yeah.
If you're the likes of Hutton or Nelson, who've made their way up in the back.
Yeah, I don't think.
But that's lovely play from Wade. Breaks up, and Northern Ireland have to just make sure that they don't find themselves out of position. Both Nelson and Hutton now back, but you just think in that type of position, when you've got the quality of the likes of McFadden, Nelson and Hutton, put it in the danger area and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't. I feel like that wasn't how it worked out on the training pitch. However, it'll be interesting to see the next one. I don't know if they're just testing the waters.
Super ball in by Furness. Nobody attacking the area at the near post. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Nelson gets ahead to it. Now it's Vance. Nice link-up play between Wade and Vance, shifted inside. And Vance has continued to run the super play from the home side. Demi Vance, a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, but I spoke about it earlier.
Yeah.
A player that can really hurt opposition teams.
Yeah, she's aggressive.
In an attacking manner.
Very aggressive going forward. You can see the making forward runs, even when she's looks like she might be slightly out of all.
Hurley time challenge by Rachel Rowe on McFadden. And the referee has let a lot go, it has to be said.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few appeals that she's blown her whistle for, but she has let the game flow.
And surprisingly, only 4 minutes of additional time.
Yeah,
which, given the hold-up, you would have expected a little bit longer.
To be fair, I think both teams will be looking forward to getting in at half-time and switching things up a little bit. Getting together and regrouping.
Well, that's the name of the game. Who'd be happier at half-time?
Pardon?
Who'd be happier at half-time?
I I think you'd say Northern Ireland purely for the chances. However, I think Wales are still trying to find their feet, so I don't feel like they'll be fully happy.
Megan Bell was certainly stopped from making the run by Hughes. Referee didn't feel as if there was a great deal in it. But Northern Ireland are going to finish this first half in possession. McGill, who had that super opportunity within the first couple of minutes. Now it's Hutton. Already played the first minute of extra time at the end of this first half. Lovely play by McFadden to find Newborough. Now it's Bell who's touched, let her down just as it looked like Northern Ireland were going to create something.
She's done well there.
But she's done really well to keep the ball in play. Newborough recycles it to McCarran. Can Northern Ireland finish this first half of the flurry? They've got a little bit of defending to do, but Nelson read it well. Now it's Furness. Furness dispossesses a defender, and well, Hughes got just enough on it to force it back to her goalkeeper, or else Wales could have been under real danger. Another ball forward. Certainly the home-siders finishing the first half the way they started it in the ascendancy.
Yeah, there's a bit of fire in the belly. We're getting up the pitch. Just got to keep locked onto the players and ready in case they do counter, which Julie's just done right now.
Vance, can she make something happen? Wade outside her, back again to Vance. Lovely little nutmeg. Brilliant from Vance in towards McGill at the near post. And away by Rowe.
And that's exactly what I was saying earlier on. You need to bring Demi Vance into the game. She gives you a lot.
That's what, 2 or 3 times she's made her way forward in every single occasion.
When she does, she's threatening, and even Rachel Newborough as well on the right side. So I'm sure that'll be said in the changing room at half time.
All of a sudden it's Northern Ireland pressing. McCarran won it back momentarily before McFadden came across. Northern Ireland just had to concentrate for the last couple of minutes of this first half. Into the final 60 seconds. McGill got round her marker.
Yeah, Simone McGill's so good at doing that, using her body. She's very clever. She can feel where the defender is and roll off them the other way. Very clever. And
you've mentioned on a number of occasions her ability to find space in the pocket.
Yeah, she can see it. So, you know, if a player comes tight to her, she's able to roll. If the player's standing off her and she knows that she's not going to beat them in a race, she'll come in short and receive it.
I think we've also had the first yellow card of the game. I think it was Rachel Rowe who made the challenge. I didn't see the referee actually show the card, but it may well have been Sophie Ingle, the captain, who was given the yellow for protests. So time ticking down. We've played the allotted 4 minutes of injury time. Vance then right down the throat of the goalkeeper O'Sullivan, and that is going to be the final action of this first half. A first half that Northern Ireland started well and finished well, Laura.
Yeah, I think that Northern Ireland will be happy with their performance. I think we started off the press and we were quite high and aggressive, tapered down. I think Wales then got hold of the game and started to dictate things, but in the end I think it was us, and I think, you know, we're going into half time, there'll be a lot of discussions, but coming out for a positive second half.
And you wouldn't expect Kenny Shields to change too much at the break?
No, I mean, we look comfortable, we don't look under threat. We actually, at the end of that, we looked on top, so I'll be surprised if there is. Obviously depending on the keeper. I'm not sure how she's feeling, but she seems to be all okay, and yeah.
Let's look back at some of the best moments from the first half. It all started, of course, with that brilliant break. Lauren Wade finding space to the left. McGill met it brilliantly, but super stop from O'Sullivan in the Welsh goal, and that set the tone.
Yeah, like I said, if that's a few inches just below the keeper, then that's in the back of the net, but unfortunately for Northern Ireland it was a good height for her.
Yeah, all the danger was coming down the left-hand side from a Northern Ireland perspective.
But the confidence of taking it to them, even Megan Bell, you know, young Megan Bell over there coming in for the rebound, it's brilliant.
Rachel Furness with another one of the home side's opportunities, dragged her shot, but has tried to take up that position quite a few times. This is the best of the action from a Welsh perspective. It was Rachel Rowe linking up well, but Flaherty hasn't had a great deal to do.
No, she hasn't. And this is the thing, though, in international football, is you can have as many chances as you want. If you don't put the ball in the back of their net, your opposition can punish you very quickly. You know, it just takes one chance, one shot, 1 second.
Still awaiting the first goal here at Seaview at half-time. It's Northern Ireland 0, Wales 0.
Trying to be good whilst I'm not playing, but it's a long year, so I might give in.
Welcome again to Seaview for the second half of this European Championship qualifier. Both sides back on the field early. Just waiting for the referee to get proceedings underway. Doesn't look to be any changes on either side. That's Northern Ireland on the attack. Nice ball to find Bell. Simone McGill up ahead, but away for Northern Ireland throw it. On co-commentary we have the Northern Ireland and Brighton defender Laura Rafferty, as McGill tried to get there. It's resulted in a corner kick. Sorry to butt in once again.
Didn't know if I was butting in on you, but no, Northern Ireland have started very high, very quickly, and as a result of that, won a corner. So
it's Megan Bell closest to it. Demi Vance is going to come across as well. Bell clips it in. Little bit of confusion. McGill, Nelson, super stop by the goalkeeper. Danger still not away. And here is Vance. It was Nelson with the effort. O'Sullivan saved from close range and then battled away the follow-up, but it's into the danger area. McFadden still forward. Tried to lift it in at the near post, just wide. And again, it's a really good start to the half from a Northern Ireland perspective.
Yeah, we just hope we keep this up and we don't drop off. Keep them high up the pitch, keep the pressure on.
Well, a little bit of confusion initially. McGill had good feet, fired forward by Nelson, then in the follow-up McFadden was trying to get on the end of it. As you say, Laura, Northern Ireland pushing up and trying to make Wales uncomfortable at the start of this second half.
Yeah, like I said in the first half, I was very sure that Kenny was going to have that conversation with them in the changing room. You know, they look threatening when they are up the pitch, and need to take the game to them. It's a game where we need 3 points, so Wales will be looking to calm this down and just reset and get composed back on the ball.
Wales, of course, do have the tricky fixtures against Norway to come.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland have already endured 2 difficult days against the Norwegians. Comprehensive winners on both occasions, but
yeah, as well, you've got to look at this going into this game. We obviously played Norway. However, Wales, they had no fixture, so they will be fresh coming into this game.
But it hasn't really impacted Northern Ireland players because there has been a real energy about them, and particularly the likes of McCarron and Wade. The fact that they've had an extra fixture, you know,
yeah,
hasn't really affected them, and probably from a Welsh perspective as well. The difficult journey back from Belarus is so physically demanding.
Yeah, but I think mentally for the girls, you know, after you've had a defeat like that, all you want to do is get back on the pitch and make things right. So that's what they'll be doing today. They'll be hungrier than ever to put things the way that they should be. So it's not always a bad thing having a game before. Nice
touch from Rowe. Skips away from the defender, then plays it in towards Green. Rather unconventional cross. Good defending from Wade. It was an effort from Megan Wynne, who was underneath it, but McCarron shows good feet to switch it towards the far side. Here's Bell.
Great ball.
On the overlap, it was Rachel Newbrook.
Very clever reverse pass there. And that's what I say, checking your shoulder, you can see that. Making sure she doesn't make that slip up throw again.
Yeah, although it is understandable. It's very cold here.
Very cold.
So much so that you had to borrow one of the bench coats from the Northern Ireland kit man.
Yeah, no.
That's the advantages of having a player in the know.
Yeah, no, they're nice coats.
Everyone well wrapped up inside CV, but fantastic to see so many children at the game as well.
Yeah, it's a great crowd here today. Still getting involved at half time as well. It's great to see.
Rowe moves it forward to Green. This is a little bit better from Wales, but they just haven't been able to penetrate the Northern Ireland backline. Whilst at the other end, McGill has been a constant threat, showing all her experience, the Everton player. And the home side will be buoyed by a decent start to the second half. Furness trying to make a move inside. Now it's Green. McCarran clipping at her heels. Win. One of the changes from the victory over Belarus, and when you mentioned it before, the strength of Wade.
Yeah, I think you've got to give her massive credit there. The recovery runs that she's performed in this game have been second to none. So
Win. One-on-one now with Demi Vance. Ball squirts up in the air and out of play for another throw-in. Really crucial period of the game coming up.
Yeah, both sides will be looking to get hold of it. Take control of the game.
Well, there's a bunch of Welsh fans behind the goal who haven't stopped singing throughout the evening. They've enjoyed themselves. They've enjoyed even more if their side were to score a goal. Looked threatening in that occasion, and Vance gets it away. Few yards stolen by Roberts, the Liverpool player. But it's straight to McFadden. Nice touch from Furness. Lovely one-touch play as Wade then can't find McGill. It's one of Rachel Furness's greatest assets, her ability to see the runs, and just those little flicks left and right have been crucial to a number of the Northern Ireland attacks.
Yeah, her technique's brilliant. Something that she works on in training a lot. Something that she has confidence doing in every game.
Do you think that move is a good one for her, having joined Spurs on loan from Reading?
Well, yeah, I think it got to the point that it was getting in pre-season and I've not seen her name on the team sheet so much, and if it was a couple of minutes. So, you know, she's at the time in her career where she wants to be playing. She's good enough to be playing and starting week in, week out, and the move to Tottenham's clearly showed that. So she's grabbed the opportunity and she's embraced it. So I'm pleased for her that it's worked out, and hopefully it does continue to work out for the season. Well,
it's worked out for Northern Ireland in terms of that attack. It was McGill trying to squeeze in between two Welsh players, was fouled in the process, and it's given the home side an opportunity.
Yeah, and that's another thing, you know, you want your players, your international players, to be playing week in, week out for their club teams, especially someone like Rachel Furness that is one of the most experienced players in the team.
Well, you would expect that this really would suit the left foot of Demi Vance. I think it's Megan Bell standing over it. Bell's actually
Demi sizing it up to the goal.
Made her way towards the edge of the penalty area. Two in the Welsh wall. Vance standing over it. Bell also lurking in support. Plenty of movement in the middle. Referee wants to have a word with McFadden. Here it comes from Vance. It is back to Megan Bell. Not the cleanest of connections, and in the follow-up Wales get it away, but now it's Nelson. And again, it's a little bit of a waste of a set piece. Northern Ireland have had a couple of opportunities in good positions. You can see what they were trying there from that situation with Megan Bell alongside, but
Yeah, I don't think it's long before the girls actually, realise that it's not coming off, and they actually do whip it in the box. I think they've got to, with the aerial threats that we have in the Northern Ireland side. I just think, time to change it.
But I suppose if one of those training ground moves works out, they're great, and then you laud them and say that they're the right call.
Yeah, well, this is it, and then you take it into the game, don't you? But, it's one might come off. If you don't try it, you don't know.
Substitution.
Gemma Evans comes on for Elise Hughes. First change of the evening.
Evans replacing number 6, Elise Hughes.
Will that affect the Welsh shape at all?
It'll be interesting to see after this set piece. Familiarly, I know her as a left back or plays centre back at a club team in Bristol. Usually plays in the back three.
Well, Julie Nelson did really well to get that one away.
Gemma Evans, she'll be a threat in set pieces for sure.
Well, you say that. She's gone straight across to take the corner kick. Here's another look at the ball coming in. Flicked off McFadden and away by Nelson.
An in swing there. Oh,
Evans
short.
goes short. Effort from distance came in from Ladd, and now the chase is well and truly on. The substitute showing good pace to beat both McCarran and Ladd. Lifted forward. Flag stayed down, surprisingly. Did that flick off the hand of Vance? I think that's the point that the Welsh attacker's making, but crucially under the new rules, if it did it wouldn't be a handball.
It's interesting to see as well. Now Gemma Evans has come on. They've looked like they've gone into a back three with Gemma Evans, Dykes, and Hayley Ladd on the right now. So it looks like they'll be playing a lot more attacking down in the wide areas, with Roberts and Allen getting on.
Here comes Evans once more. Lifted, and that's a dangerous ball. Difficult one for the goalkeeper Flaherty to deal with. Did really well though. But it was a case of just sticking it right in the edge of the 6-yard box and seeing what came of it.
Straight from the corner, straight to the throw-in.
Here's a look from behind the goal. Well, it was Flaherty who got a fist to it, and here comes the first change from a Northern Ireland perspective.
Northern Ireland
Rachel
substitution,
Newborough
number 20,
making way.
McKenna, replacing number 2, Rachel Newborough.
Rebecca McKenna
This looks like
comes on.
a more aggressive forward attacking swap. Rebecca's known for getting forward. By taking Rachel off, I believe that Kenny's looking to take the game to Wales.
Well, it's something that we mentioned in the first half, the fact that we hadn't seen a lot from an attacking perspective of Newborough, a player who's very accomplished in that area. McKenna will be a little bit more adventurous going forward, you would expect.
There you go, you can see Kenny demanding to lift the standard up. Lift the pace, the tempo's got to speed up. In order to move the Welsh team that are holding their line so well, you need to move the ball quickly.
Weird.
So strong.
And that combination down the left-hand side of Vance and Wade, almost interchangeable at times.
Yeah, they complement each other so well, and I think you've seen spells of that in the first half, and the more they can do it, the better.
There's a lovely touch from Demi Vance, referee. Led advantage, but the battle has continued, and well, the decision's gone against Northern Ireland, but surely there was an earlier infringement.
I'm very surprised.
Referee has let a lot go this evening, as O'Sullivan clears with her slightly weaker left foot. Furness, a little bit too hot for Wade to deal with.
can see when Wales are on the ball how they just spread and make the pitch as big as they can. You can see the back three. So Gemma Evans.
Here's a look at that
side.
challenge there. I mean, that's definitely a foul.
Yeah, of course it is.
Vance then pushes forward, a little bit of argy-bargy, but it's a Northern Ireland left back penalised for the lunge on the Welsh player. Surprised many in the crowd. All the way back with Dykes. O'Sullivan very comfortable with the ball at feet, and it's worked across as far as Evans. McKenna loops over the head of Hutton.
Recovers well.
Yeah. Now it's her defensive colleague Julie Nelson who wins it, and the passes it, asking a little bit too much of Furness. McKenna does very well though to win it back. Very congested in that area of the pitch, and it's Wales who emerge with it. Running forward, it's Rachel Rose, stopped in her tracks by Nelson.
Yeah, Julie's done very well to read that and come across there, and that's the thing as a centre back you've got to think about is about the sweep and tucking round, and she does that all the time, you know, being very pessimistic.
Yeah, it was really good running by Rowe. Julie Nelson quickly across, and we've passed the hour mark here. So 30 minutes of football remaining in this crucial qualifier between Northern Ireland
I'm surprised
and
the
Wales.
keeper's not talking to Julie there and let the ball go.
McCarran, great feet, but Ingall's influence in this game is increasing.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing with Ingles, you don't see her all the time, but she makes an impact all the time. She, you know, she's always in the place where she needs to be.
Lovely play.
Simone got better over that time.
Initially by Bell and then by McGill. Pass was a little bit too far ahead of Wade, but it was the right idea. Vance having quite the battle with Megan Wynn. Now it's Simone McGill. Vance, great footwork, lovely play to find Furness, who was caught, and
yeah, that's a great bit of play there. Julie Nelson staying tight and Katie Green not letting her get the turn on her. Ashley Hutton coming round. Demi Vance, great feet there. And that is exactly what confidence is in camp. You know, being able to try that against an international team that's ranked 20 plus places above you, you know.
Such a graceful footballer, and just as I say that, she almost gave it away. McCarran. Nicely spread towards the far side, and McKenna. Now it's Megan Bell. A battle between Bell and the substitute Evans is going to be interesting to see unfold. McGill. Again, sandwiched between two Welsh players, but this is better from Bell. Really good run. Defender just about got a toe to it.
It's a great attitude.
It's probably the best run we've seen from Megan Bell.
Yeah, I think, you know,
Slalomed in between a couple of Welsh players, and
in that area, if anyone touches you, you know, and you've won a penalty, you've got to gamble that. You've got to gamble and take the ball into the box, and it's a positive attitude from Megan.
McKenna.
Just keeping that ball a bit closer to her body so she can get a shot away. But you know, in that area, it's a very the defenders have to be careful.
McCarran again coming deep, something that she's done on a number of occasions. Now it's Nelson. Under a little bit of pressure from Wynn. Didn't want to take too many chances. Vance. Nelson gets it away. McGill's underneath it. Wins the throw-in. Simone McGill's led the line really well. She's a support on the left from Wade and the right from Bell, but despite being isolated, she wins her fair share of balls coming forward.
Yeah, the good thing about Simone as well, like I say, when she drops in, she lets people get beyond her. But she's not afraid to take that on. She changes up her game. She's not predictable. She's hard to play against. She get the ball to feet, but she's just as good in behind as well.
Well, Vance is penalised for the challenge. Northern Ireland are starting to knock at the door a little bit now as this game progresses. All it's going to take is the link up between the likes of Furness and McGill to come off. Confidence really starting to increase as this game progresses. Here is Furness. Now it's Bell. You can see the run further ahead from McGill, who tried to close the goalkeeper down, but both keepers have been really good, although asking quite a bit of Flaherty. It's straight to the Welsh player, lifted over the top, and well, it may well have clipped the crossbar. It's the closest that Wales have come to a goal. Flaherty was put under real pressure from the back pass. Green bearing down on her, and it was an effort, I think, from Rachel Rowe.
Yeah, that's the
It
thing.
may well have glanced the crossbar.
You know, when they've got a striker like Kaylee who likes to run, you know that she's always going to chase them loose balls. So you need to be careful as a centre back and always screen and see if you can affect and delay that run.
You play alongside Kelly Green. She must be a brilliant player to play with because she's so honest up front and will always make the run.
Yeah, she'll work very hard, you know, and she'll always give you a decision to make, you know, whether it's her or she'll carry on making a run to create space for someone else. So these are the loose balls we can't be giving.
Picked up by Engel. Might be tempted to have a go from distance.
They will do that, you know. The Welsh girls are technically very good and they will take shots. You know, James, Ingle, they'll all take strikes from outside the box. Rowe, you've seen before.
And Kaylee Green, like so many of these women, a really interesting backstory. Worked in a supermarket in a call centre, but she's on the ball now in an international match, played into the middle. Wales looking to break the deadlock. That's a super save. The effort was from James, but Flaherty,
she's really dominated
got down really well.
Yeah, really dominated her box. Really impressed with Flaherty today.
It's the most clear-cut opportunity either side have had so far, but Flaherty equal to it from James. And Wales are starting to turn the screw a little bit. Northern Ireland under pressure, more so than they've been throughout this game. Lifted in by Wynn.
Brilliant by Ashley Hatton there. Great clearance.
Engel plays it back into the danger area. Rowe in the follow-up. Blocked by Nelson. Anywhere will do from a Northern Ireland perspective, and McFadden
This is what I was
duly
saying at
obliges.
the start of the game, that we pride ourselves in getting in front of that ball, you know, and the girls will put their body on the line for that ball.
And with Wales in the ascendancy, this is a crucial period of the match from a Northern Ireland perspective to hold firm.
Yeah, for sure, you know. Wales are obviously feeling confidence here, putting the pressure on. It's for us now to dictate and play our game and relax.
That's the first real top-class stop that Flaherty's had to make, but she's looked so assured at times. How impressed have you been so far with her performance?
Yeah, but I have, you know, especially that knock at the start of the game as well. That's anyone to kind of take someone's confidence away or...
Here is Green. One-on-one with Hutton. Still Green. Forces it goalwards. Hutton does really well. Work back to Rowe. And that effort was struck well enough, but was always rising.
Ashley Hutton did very well there to stand up, you know, as a centre back. It's very, especially as big as she is, it's hard to stay on your feet there. But she's held her ground and made Green make a decision.
Yeah, it was Josephine Green.
And got her body in the way. Superb defending.
On the left foot, and when it was worked back, the effort was always going to be high. Northern Ireland need to get on the ball. They need composure. Wyatt. McGill got there ahead of the defender. One back though by Wynn. "21 minutes of normal time remaining. Just a reminder that as it stands, Norway lead the group with 4 wins from 4. Wales 5 points behind. Northern Ireland needs something from this game. McGill asking a lot of McCarron, but she's managed to retain possession, and McGill then switches it to Furness. No way through 2 Welsh attackers. Crucial touch from McFadden to break up the counter-attack. And Rowe turns straight into McKenna. Engel. Caught by McFadden, referee.
Looking to blow.
Let's play continuing. The advantage is with Green. She lifts it in. Vance met that well and emerges with it, travelling over the halfway line. Wade, Vance in support. Northern Ireland have a corner kick.
Yeah, Wade's been very clever there. Win a corner, get all the girls up the pitch, and hopefully this time we can have a bit more of an aerial threat. But we will see.
Well, that's the name of the game. Northern Ireland haven't really threatened from any of their corner kicks. They've tried a couple of intricate moves. This time, will they stick it in for the likes of Nelson, McFadden and Hutton to attack? Rachel Furness also lined up around a penalty spot. Ball goes
There
in,
we go.
not dealt with by the goalkeeper. It's a Northern Ireland throw, and it looked like it was going to be Welsh ball, but
Yeah,
Furness's pressure was just enough. Plenty still forward. McKenna lifts it in. No green shirts in there. McKenna. McGill closest to it. Goalkeeper's made a mess of it, and well,
Hayley Ladd's done very well around the back for Wales there.
It was Ladd who was in the right place at the right time to clear. Goalkeeping mishap. Difficult ball to deal with as it was looping from McFadden, and if only that had fallen to McGill, Northern Ireland, you would expect, would be 1-0 ahead.
And these are crucial chances that we need to be taking now. You know, we've had our fair share of chances, and we need to start converting them.
Northern Ireland looking to keep the ball deep in the Welsh half, putting James under pressure, but it's moved forward to Green. Decent run by Rowe, but not for the first time tonight. Couldn't find a way past that defensive unit of Nelson and Hutton. McKenna, as look, Bryson's coming on. Bell ran out of room.
Yeah, you can see by Rachel Rowe there, she's frustrated because the players aren't getting on. I think, is it Wynn? Possibly she's calling Wynn saying you need to get on. So you can see that she's got intent to go forward. She's just trying to get her teammates to go along with that.
It is, of course, a busy week of international football after this one. You can listen to live coverage of Northern Ireland against the Netherlands on Radio Ulster on Saturday evening. And there'll be highlights at 10:20 on BBC One Northern Ireland. Can Michael O'Neill's men upset the Dutch and set up a huge game in Frankfurt against Germany. They need things to go their way elsewhere. But you can listen to it across the BBC. Northern Ireland's women also need things to go their way this evening. Still scoreless. Green couldn't find Rachel Rowe. Actually, it was Megan Wynn and Wade plays it back to Vance. McFadden.
I think a couple of times Northern Ireland's passes have been selling each other a bit short, so hopefully we can start stringing a few together.
Furness. McCarran.
Such tidy feet, so much confidence for young players. Brilliant to see. Good decision from Julie to step in there.
Vance. And it has to be said, the difference in this performance compared to the last one here against Norway is immeasurable.
Yeah.
Because on that occasion, it looked like you could see a style of play that was attempted to be implemented, but it just was far too risky and there wasn't that degree of confidence. Whereas tonight, the players have seemed to embrace it. They've looked comfortable on the ball. They've looked to try and highlight the areas that they can hurt Wales, and it's been so much more impressive in terms of a team performance, and also looking ahead to the future. It bodes really well.
And that's what I was trying to say before the game started. I think, you know, when you look at a game like Norway where we did get beat, I think it's important to learn the lessons to why, and then implement it in the new games. And that's why international break's so good when you've got a double header, because you need to put things right very quickly. So there's no time to sulk. You get back on the pitch and you do that job.
That's powering forward.
These are the short passes that I'm saying they're selling each other very short.
Can't find McGill, and Vance needs to get back your left back position because Wynn now has it. Lovely touch by Rowe to James, back to Rowe. Seemed to hit the arm of Ashley Hutton. Referee straight away waved away any appeals.
Very interesting one. All happened so quick.
My initial impression was that the arm of Hutton was by her side, and it's in that so-called grey area where, as it's fired goalwards, the proximity of the attacker, you can see that she tries to put it by her side, and probably that over-exaggerated movement saves her.
It's the tough part of being a defender. You know, and this is the discussion that you watch Rio Ferdinand have on Sky and BBC and things. You just think, how can defenders defend when you need to be able to balance? Well, you look at the example
at the weekend, Manchester City against Liverpool, and it's been looked at how many times by how many thousand people, and everyone seems to have a different viewpoint. And,
exactly.
And the referees say that the right decision was made.
Yeah. And this is it. Like, can you expect defenders? And I know it's the rule, but it's a tough one on defenders to defend with their hands behind their back. It is tough for both sides. But, you know, depending on what side you are, depending on what answer you're going to want. So.
And it's very difficult for players who have grown up with a certain rule book to then now have to figure out that the rule's different if you're an attacking player and a defending player.
Yeah.
I sat for about 3 hours with a referee just to go through all the different scenarios, because I felt like even on commentary I didn't want to be caught out. And there's so many tight calls that are all down to the referee's interpretation, and I suppose as long as it's consistent, players won't care.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And usually in international games, they're usually a lot stricter, the referees. Personally, like, I've found that they are a lot stricter, the UEFA referees to WSL referees. Whether that's a good or bad thing depends on your style of play. But like you say, everyone's different, you know.
And presumably you would say that's not a penalty in that scenario.
Oh, no. Penalty.
McCarran Strong challenge. Engel was quickly across, got involved afterwards, and referee quickly across wants a word with McCarran. Yellow for her after a little bit of afters. So Chloe McCarran, the first Northern Ireland player to go into the referee's notebook. There's a change coming up. The hugely experienced Marissa Callahan taking the place of McFadden.
Number 8, Marissa Callahan, replacing number 4, Sarah McFadden.
I'm surprised by that because Sarah McFadden has had a huge influence in the game, and it's been a reassuring influence. But yeah, Marissa Callahan's a different type of player.
Yeah, and she's coming on as captain as well, so straight into the game. You know, she knows the girls well. She'll be able to pick the girls up and hopefully give a bit more energy. You know, Sarah's done well, but time to freshen things up a little bit.
Just over 10 minutes to go. Engel, crossfield ball.
Rachel Furness will enjoy that one.
Here is Furness. She gets her head up, and well, that's a pass I was about to suggest. Here's another opportunity though, and this time there are two Northern Ireland players. If this ball can make its way through to Wayne, Northern Ireland could create a really good chance. Lifted into the middle.
It's Hayley Ladd there again.
Superb defending with
McGill.
No,
it was Lauren Dykes.
Here is Nelson, and look at the amount of Northern Ireland players forward. They have to be wary here. Marissa Callahan, Wade again. McGill's in the middle. This time Wade tried to lift it over the goalkeeper, and O'Sullivan just about got her fingertips to it. Two chances within the space of a minute.
There's a credit to the Welsh defender Lauren Dykes there.
Here's a look at the first opportunity. Wade, well, it's actually the second one. Wade with a chance. I thought they were going to see the first one because it was a super ball she played in.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything wrong at all, but the defending was of the highest quality.
Yeah, and to get herself outside of that post as well, superb defending.
Northern Ireland piling on the pressure. Nelson got there first. Results in a goal kick.
You put that ball in the air for one of our aerial threats, they're going to get on the end of it. We're putting on the pressure.
And noticeably pushing up, even from this goal kick, almost everyone is inside the Welsh half. Green is the furthest player forward.
It's an interesting one.
It's another one of the changes in the rules. The ball now doesn't have to leave the penalty area. You see a lot of teams playing that short goal kick. Ward about to be introduced.
Helen Ward, she brings, she's a lot of experience. She's probably one of the most capped players at the Welsh team, possibly.
Watford player.
Yeah, ex-Chelsea player. Played at the highest level for a long time. More of a hold-up player, but not afraid to run in behind. So a bit of a change.
I think that the defenders will be happy to see the back of Killy Green.
Yeah.
Certainly she's chased down every single ball.
Yeah, you start to get their breath back a little bit maybe.
Furness can't get turned. And Nelson clears.
Oh.
Here is Ward. Nelson comes across. It's actually Hutton who
yeah,
came across and just momentarily had her back to the player, but managed to recover. And it'll be a Welsh throw-in. 7 and a bit minutes to go. Welsh corner kick.
Really got to lock on now and concentrate on these because they will be threatening, especially Helen Ward coming on now as well.
So Northern Ireland with defending to do. 7 minutes to go. It's Gemma Evans to take. Lifted towards the back post. Well defended by Furness. And Hutton got her foot to it. It was an odd enough clearance. Still hasn't been cleared across the halfway line, but Furness eventually does get it away. O'Sullivan. Good footwork on the far side by Ladd. Little touch and win, almost linked up with Ward, but
You can see Hutton trying to play the line.
Squeeze away past Ingle. Lost count of how many times Ingle has broken up Northern Ireland attacks and moves it forward. Here is Wynn. Lifts it into the middle. Goalkeeper called it, and that's a good take from Flaherty.
Yeah, it's quite comfortable for Flaherty there. She's very good at demanding her 6-hour box, so I'm sure she enjoyed that one.
Well, we had late drama in Newport, of course. Julie Nelson's left it and just about got away with it because James reacted slowly, and I think Nelson apologises straight away, realises that could have been a catastrophic mistake. Callahan. Ashley Hutton was a hero in Newport. Vance squeezed it past Roberts.
You can see McGill there telling everyone, start using your heads, come on. Last 5.
And it's refreshing to see two sides that clearly wouldn't be happy with the point. Both of them know the significance of this game in terms of the group.
Yeah. I mean, if all goes with a draw, it's all square, but, you know, you do want the 3 points in this.
Yeah, but crucially also, Wales have points in the bag from those games against Belarus.
Yeah, of course, that's us playing
the
the chasing game.
Furness keeps it in play, and the touch from Vance was a little bit heavy. Time ticking down into the last 5. Wade. Callahan. Nice movement from the Welsh. Well read by Nelson. Straight away looks up and tries to find McGill. Roberts. Can't clear it, and now it's Wade. Strong challenge from Callahan. Vance. Callahan. Nelson flicked on by McGill, and well, it was one of the first times this evening that Wade didn't gamble in behind.
It's a bit too much for her, that one, I think. But
well, she hasn't stopped all night, you can understand it. At this point of the game, she's likely to be drained. 2 balls on the pitch.
yeah.
Although Ashley Hutton's still battling for absolutely every challenge.
She never gives up, that girl. She's a great character and always buzzing around.
Just off camera, there was a second ball on the pitch, and Ashley Hutton came across and committed to it. I think it was alongside Rachel Rowe, but said a lot about her. So Megan Bell comes off, and on comes Caitlin McGuinness, who made her competitive debut against Norway. A really exciting young player, sister of Kirsty McGuinness, and well, she's just 17 years old.
Yeah, she looks like she's going up front with Simone McGill, so it looks like there's going to be a 2 up front.
Here is McGill. First touch for McGuinness. Can she pick out a green shirt in the middle? Hammered clear. And you see Simone McGill just saying, get it across, get it into the danger area.
Yeah, she makes her emotions very obvious.
Yeah, she was that young player once as Nelson loses out, and Wales could be in here. Opportunity to drive it forwards from Rachel Rowe. Flaherty got down well, enough for the first time.
And these are why these few minutes are the most important, because it's when you get tired and you don't take that second, like you don't take that first and second look.
McGill, can she get there? Put the defender Dykes under real pressure, and well, it's end-to-end stuff as time ticks down.
And it reminds me of the first time they played each other at Wales.
There was a late goal on that occasion. Will there be another one here in North Belfast?
Yeah, neither team will give up. They'll give their all to the final whistle.
There's another look at that Rowe opportunity. One of the standout players, Rachel Rowe, this evening. Saw her shot comfortably saved by Flaherty. Callahan flicks it forward. I think Wade is going to let that ball drift out of play. You can sense the crowd getting behind the home team. They feel there could be a goal here. Furness. Almost worked out. A little bit unfortunate. And it's going to be a Welsh throw-in.
It's good to see that Northern Ireland are keeping them high and boxing them in.
All eyes will be on the fourth official to see how much time is going to be added on. We're in the last minute.
So where my eyes are glued then.
Wade to McGuinness, lovely turn from the 17-year-old. Good strength as well. Given away cheaply to Ward. Northern Ireland just have to be careful that they don't take too many risks in attack. Demi Vance shows good strength and
She's done very well there. There was the tough
good experience
balls
as well, because there was an option to play it inside to Nelson, but she realised that the defender was in close proximity and that a goal kick would be far more beneficial.
Yeah, it's one of them. Is the ball going to roll out just like then? Is the ball going to roll out, or do I shield it? Do I kick it out? It's a tough decision in that moment of time, in this time of the game.
McCarran, 3 minutes of additional time.
Minimum of 3 minutes.
3 big minutes for both sides.
It's Wales in possession and Josephine Green.
Emotions will be running very high down there now.
Ingle seals over the head of McKenna, but looks like it's going to drift out of play.
Simone, you can see, asking for the time. She knows that she's got 3 minutes now.
The big question will be, will she have one more chance? The game started with a Simone McGill opportunity.
Can it finish with a Simone goal?
We've got, 2.5 minutes to find out. Driven long by Julie Nelson. Will it fall to a green shirt? Furness quickly across. Caught the midfielder. Yellow card for Rachel Furness. The challenge was on Roberts.
On behalf of the Irish FA, I'd just like to thank everybody for their attendance this evening.
Wales will have
and a safe journey
free
home,
kick just inside their own
from
half.
Seaview.
Everybody back for Northern Ireland. Ladd.
Looks like they're going possibly two at the back, from the description from Jane Ludlow.
Ladd lifts it in. Everybody forward from a Welsh perspective. Julie Nelson gets her head to it first. Good defending from McCarran. Ball still bouncing around the penalty area. Lifted in again. Who will it fall to? Appeals for a penalty, and it's Marissa Callahan looking for Kirsty McGuinness. Caitlin McGuinness.
I can't tell you how tense my body is right now.
Time ticking down, and there's only a minute to go.
Wales will know that they're very close. Northern Ireland has to take that pressure off themselves, but still getting the body in the way.
Will there be late drama? Flicks off the head of McKenna. Both sides still going for it. But you would expect that this is going to be the final action of the game.
Concentration levels need to be high.
Little run being made by Green. Hutton gets her head to it.
Let's not give away any fouls.
Lifted in. Wales might have an effort from distance. Comfortable stop again.
Yeah, do you know what?
From Flaherty.
Becky's had an exceptional game. I think she's looked very comfortable with everything that she's had to do.
It was James' shot, and the referee is going to bring this one to a close. It finishes scoreless at Seaview, and probably a fair reflection of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I think both teams will be gutted because both teams wanted to walk away with 3 points, but actually, I think it was a fair result. So, yeah, 1 point each.
Who were the standout performers from a Northern Ireland perspective?
For a Northern Ireland perspective, I think Becky looked comfortable the whole way through. I think Ashley Hutton had a brilliant game, winning everything in the air. Julie complemented very well And Simone, I thought she led from the front very well too. So, you know, we've got the next campaign soon enough, and we've got to take every bit of positive, like, play that we have and take that to the next campaign.
So that leaves Group C at the moment. Norway, the runaway leaders, on 12 points. Wales have 8 points. Belarus have 3, and Northern Ireland have 2. But crucially, Northern Ireland have played Norway twice. They've also played Wales twice, so they've played the top 2 seeded teams in the group. Games against the Belarus and the Faroes to come. Next up for Northern Ireland, it's away to Belarus. That is going to be a crucial encounter also in April.
Yeah, it will be, but like I say, you've had more and more minutes together, more and more camps together, and as I've been watching, the football's just getting better. You know, I'm sure the standard, the management are enjoying it, and tough teams like this against Wales, they're the tough games that all the pressure's on. You know, you go to Belarus and you go and enjoy your football.
Let's look at some of the highlights of the second half. This is a Northern Ireland opportunity forced forward by Ashley Hutton. And I suppose it's just that wee rub of the green in that kind of situation. Yeah,
and I think, like you say, it happens in both ends. It happens in their box first of all, and then 10 minutes later it happens in ours. So, you know,
lifted forward by,
it's about who takes that opportunity, and
McFadden.
unfortunately,
That was a little bit speculative, but could well have ended up in the back of the net. It's a really good run from Megan Bell, and you can see Wade in the middle. All it needed was a touch in her direction.
Lauren Wade as well. Yeah, look, I could talk about all the girls for their performances. Lauren Wade, Chloe McCarron as well, getting on the ball. They've all done well today. It was just the final little bit of the ball touching the back of the net.
And here's a couple of Wales opportunities. Probably the best save of all of them from Flaherty, that close range stop, and then this chance for Northern Ireland.
Yeah,
well defended.
I think for Wales, you got to give credit to Hayley Ladd. I thought she had a very good game. Ingle as well, in particular, they held it very well. So,
and you felt that the left side was always where Northern Ireland looked most threatening. A couple of opportunities laid on.
Yeah.
Wade central to them.
I think that's due to obviously Demi being so high up as well. You know, giving Lauren Wade that opportunity to go forward, and she took it. So fair play to her, and you know, the girls were getting in the box as well, so the intent's there to score, and that fills me with all the confidence going into the next game.
Still all to play for in the group. Will you be back for April, or is that a little bit optimistic?
That's not optimistic. I'm like I say, I'm doing as much as I can back home with a club that are looking after me better than I could ever ask. So you know, fingers crossed, but at the same time, I'm not in too much of a rush because I need to get it back properly. You know, it's a tough injury to deal with, and I need to make sure I'm fully right. But if it's not the April, then there's the June. So let's hope.
Laura, thank you very much for your time. It's finished scoreless here at Seaview in this European qualifying game. The final score, Northern Ireland 0, Wales 0.